What's up? Joe Fortin here. I'm going to make a little bit of a follow-up video to the video I made yesterday about negative unconscious programming and thought forms. And I specifically mentioned an example about cigarette smoking. But I'm going to explore this topic a little bit further and a little bit broader so that I can communicate this message a little more thoroughly. So a friend of mine actually shared this video the video yesterday on Facebook, and basically said thank you for bringing some awareness to this for me. You explained things in a way I'd never thought about before, and that was exactly my intention. So let me just explain my point of view with the message that I was trying to get across. I'm going to give another example, but it's just going to be a little bit more broad. I'm gonna use I have a friend who's like, the kid's like 22 years old, and I've known him for quite a while, and he goes through these cycles where he's not doing that well, but then he'll make an effort to try to improve his life, and he'll call me. If he were to call me, right, and say, hey, I'm doing this, and this, right? And he's making some positive changes. My response to that would be, awesome, dude. Good for you. Good job. Keep going. And if he asked me for some advice, about how to maybe improve something else, then I would give it to him. But my first reaction would not be to criticize all of the other things that he's doing wrong, right? Because, in this example, I'm 32. My friend's like 22. There are probably 300 fucking things that I could point out about his behavior and his situation and just different things that he's doing, right? That I could be critical about, that I could, tell him he's not, doing well enough, and basically make him feel like he's not good enough, right? What purpose would that serve, truly? So this is what I'm talking about. I want people to fucking think about the things that they're saying to other people. You want to be loving, you want to support people, you want people to grow, you need to encourage that. Right? If every time someone comes to you and says, hey, I'm making a positive life change, you beat them over the head with a fucking hammer and tell them everything they're not doing, think about what that does to a person. And the reason why I'm passionate about this in this regard is because that's what I dealt with my whole life. That's what I dealt with. I would pick myself up, from pretty negative circumstances, because I was in negative circumstances a lot in my life. I struggled a lot in my life. And I would start to make positive changes and improvements. And, some of the people that were close to me, rather than acknowledging that and saying, good job, I'm proud of you, keep going in that direction, they would do that. They would point out all the fucking things that I was doing wrong, right? And so in a lot of cases with a lot of people, cigarettes is a glaringly obvious thing that I'm doing that most people have a negative mental association with, right? What you have to understand is that it's super fucking easy, right? If you're smoking a cigarette, because it's right in everybody's face, it's super easy for anybody to point that out. For you to walk up to somebody and be like, that's really unhealthy for you, you should stop doing that. It's like, gee, thank you, Captain fucking Obvious. I haven't heard that 3,000 times in my life already. I really appreciate the fact that you've pointed that out. Boy, what would I have done without you? like, shut the fuck up, you know? It's... You don't need to do that. People know. It's not your job to run around and fucking police everybody, right? You know, and like I said, especially when someone's trying to make positive changes, you don't fucking go beat them over the head with a fucking hammer and, you know, tell them all the things that you're doing wrong. Support and encourage them in the things that they're, you know, excited about, that they are improving in the areas that they are growing in. What, you know, I think what people fail to recognize is that personal growth and change, a lot of that has to do with momentum, right? So it's like, there, again, I talked about this yesterday, but there might be areas where, well, like for me, I've said this before, you know, cigarette smoking is something that's been extremely difficult for me to tackle, right? But, you know, if someone starts making positive life changes, right, and they start establishing habits in other areas that they're able to keep consistently, right, that builds momentum and it helps them build confidence, right? If you allow someone, and frankly, you know, even just using that language is messed up, because it's like, you don't have the authority to allow someone, but, you know, just observe someone making positive changes and encourage that, and let them feel good about that, you know, instead of immediately, you know, moving to the negative. And that's basically, if you look around, that's what most people are fucking programmed to do to each other around here. I've been watching this since I was a little kid, and it's like, you know, I remember being a little kid and just, I didn't understand why people were so fucking awful to each other, why people were so mean to each other. And what I'm starting to realize is it's just like, they're so not aware of just simple things like this. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even realize that they're, you know, shitting on someone's parade. They don't even realize that they're making someone feel badly. You know, they don't realize that, you know, what they're doing is counterproductive and isn't helpful. So on the one hand, I'm compassionate for people that don't realize it. On the other hand, you know, if you watch a video like this and this dawns on you and you get it, I would expect you to correct yourself in that regard and start supporting people in a positive direction. That's how we change things. We don't change things by running around and fucking criticizing everybody for every little thing we perceive that they're doing wrong. You know? Well, you could make the argument that I'm doing that now. That I'm trying to shed awareness on, you know, the fact that we need to support each other, not beat each other down. It's hard to say something like this. It's hard to even convey a message like this without seeming critical of yourself. And, you know, perhaps I am being critical to some degree, but it's really because I want people to not have to feel bad about themselves when they're trying to improve their lives and do better. It's complicated. But I'm going to be done for today. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below and click the icon to your left to subscribe. New content every week about spirituality and addiction from myself, Joe Fortin. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.